So let's talk about emotions or the emotional development domain. So emotionally, things are becoming more complex because of the social landscape changes. So children may start experiencing exclusion. They might start comparing themselves to other student or to other people. They may experience some social anxiety with some of those new social groups forming. They may experiencing bullying, or if they feel that they don't fit in, they may start withdrawing or experiencing some isolation. Um, in these situations, I think choice theory and reality therapy are helpful. The technique of reframing, which is looking at kind of a negative situation or something that feels out of our control, and instead reframing it as a strength, or kind of focusing on strength-based um, thought processes. And then also focusing on internal control. Both of those are elements of choice theory that could help kids shift from feeling powerless and left out to identifying, what is a strength that they have or what is something that they can control. And although peers are taking on a really major role. We do also know that because of our reading, that parental control style, and parenting styles are also really shaping how kids emotionally regulate themselves during the middle childhood stage. While reality therapy and choice theory focus more kind of in present moment and don't, go a ton into that area of things, the language around needs, met and unmet, is very present in both of these kind of approaches and can help kids better understand why they're feeling a certain way and how their behaviors might connect to those needs. Um, so coping, regulation, and problem solving patterns are all cropping up during this time, during the emotional landscape. And because reality therapy really emphasizes behavior, self-evaluation, and action planning, it would align well with those developmental milestones. Um, with any technique or approach, there are going to be barriers to implementation to be aware of. One thing that came to mind for me while I was doing this presentation was that reality therapy and choice theory do provide a really heavy focus on internal control and present moment choice, which for a lot of kids I think would work great. But it also may unintentionally overlook factors that a child can't control. So whether that's socioeconomic status, trauma, discrimination, parenting styles, marginalized, identities or intersections, um, not all behavior is, something a child can control or the result of their poor choices. A lot of behavior can be adaptive to, as a response to environmental stress. So that's one kind of barrier to be aware of. And then another one that our book actually mentions, when talking about choice theory and reality therapy is that it can be less impactful for individuals or kids dealing with kind of persistent or more severe mental health diagnoses, depression, anxiety disorders, post-traumatic stress, because reality therapy and choice theory are so focused on behavioral adaptation and personal responsibility. It may not be the best for addressing deeper trauma or underlying biochemical factors. So while the framework aligns well developmentally, it should be applied with the caveat or, in conjunction with more trauma-informed care and culturally responsive practice. Um, I think that this approach is really good as kind of a ground zero, like doing school counseling where you're getting, a larger influx of kids. Some of them may not be dealing with more of those kind of like deeper trauma issues. I think if there are deeper trauma issues, then obviously something would need to be paired with um, choice theory and reality therapy. But overall, I think it matches really well with the milestones that we're seeing for middle childhood. So, thank you.